Good Monday evening, December 23rd, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The city of Okanagan suffered a water main break on Sunday that's resulted in a boil order for its 2,400 residents. A Wenatchee woman is being held responsible for a head-on collision between two SUVs just over Blewett Pass in Kittitas County last weekend. Morning rain in the forecast for Christmas Eve tomorrow, with rain and snow likely on Christmas Day. Your holiday forecast is straight ahead. The motorist who turned a series of donuts in Leavenworth's popular Front Street Park is being sought by Chelan County Sheriff's deputies. Video from the scene shows the driver of a pickup truck driving through the park near the downtown gazebo just before 11 p.m. Saturday night. Vehicle traffic has been forbidden in the small park since 2020. It's a popular site for sledders when there's enough snowfall, but now the city of Leavenworth says it will remain closed while they assess the damage. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison says deputies have enough identifying information to seek charges against that driver.
We have several leads that we're following up on. We know that we have the license plate from the vehicle. We've identified what appears to be the legal owner for the truck, and our deputies are out there actively following down additional information. We know the other individuals that were out there with them in the white vehicle and the black vehicle have also made themselves known to us. We already know who they were, and we're going to continue to work with them to do what's right. It's unacceptable, it's offensive, and I really feel for the community of Leavenworth.
The city of Okanagan suffered a water main break on Sunday that's resulted in a boil order for its 2,400 residents. The rupture happened around mid-afternoon near the intersection of Queen Street and 2nd Avenue in the city's downtown. The break was quickly isolated and water continued to flow to homes and businesses. However, city officials have advised boiling all water before consumption. Water was also likely to be muddy. Residents are advised to remove faucet screens and flush household lines through their bathtub until the water begins to clear. The Economic Development Board for the Moses Lake area is celebrating a statewide honor. The Port of Moses Lake was named Port of the Year earlier this month by the Washington Public Ports Association. The WPPA recognizes one member port district at its annual meeting each December. Moses Lake's agency was praised for its work to grow the local economy. Among other steps in 2024, the port completed a major wastewater expansion and reuse project, advanced its rail access project, and pushed forward local growth in the aviation industry. Moses Lake is one of 10 port districts serving Grant County. Two high school seniors in Leavenworth are among students nominated for the 2025 Presidential Scholars Program. Cruz Martinez and Caroline Mena attend Cascade High School, where they've been noted for academic and extracurricular performance. They were among several Washington students nominated to the national program by Washington Superintendent of Public Instruction Chris Reichdahl. Last year, 5 Washington students earned the nationwide recognition. Semifinalists will be announced in mid-April, and the 2025 U.S. Presidential Scholars will be named in early May. When we come back, Quincy Partnership for Youth is hosting a community-wide conversation on addiction and recovery next month, and the city of Moses Lake has removed several of its public artworks. But don't worry, it's just for the sake of maintenance. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Have you ever played that game, What Would You Rather, where you give 2 options to see what your friend would choose? Well, let's try it. What would you rather? Would you rather have a telemarketer from a foreign call center named David, or a local North Central Washington agent who has been helping folks for over 20 years on Medicare and has 5 offices to serve you, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So, what would you rather? Now give us a call at Springwater Insurance. Our phone number, 509-888-2600.
Central Washington Water is your hot spring spa dealer for over 45 years. Shop their showroom and see the new Freshwater Smart IQ. This is a new innovative approach to super simple water care combined with the freshwater salt system to give you clean, balanced spa water naturally. There's a hot tub for every budget. Save up to $1,000 on hot spring spas or buy plug-and-play spas starting at $79 per month. Why shop anywhere else? Central Washington Water. They service what they sell.
A Wenatchee woman is being held responsible for a head-on collision between 2 SUVs just over Blewett Pass in Kittitas County. The crash happened just after 7 p.m. on Saturday. The Washington State Patrol says 52-year-old Susan A. Stuke was northbound on Highway 97 near milepost 163 when her 2015 Honda CR-V drifted over the center lane and hit an oncoming 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Stuke was injured and taken by ambulance to Kittitas Valley Healthcare in Ellensburg. Her 3 passengers were unhurt. One of the 4 occupants of the Tucson was also hospitalized at Confluence Health Hospital. Troopers say Stuke will be cited for distracted driving and improper lane use. Quincy Partnership for Youth is hosting a community-wide conversation on addiction and recovery next month. The Community Coalition is partnering with the Grant County Health District, the University of Washington Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences, and the Oxford House to bring the town hall to Quincy Middle School. Folks are invited to attend the bilingual discussion with individuals in recovery, family members, and professionals in the field. Guest speakers include the Quincy Police Department, local emergency medical services, and the Grant County Recovery Navigator Program. The town hall is scheduled for Saturday, January 25th. Chelan County officials say they were able to carry out the first large-scale cleanup of a former homeless encampment under a new county ordinance governing those sites. From December 12th to the 18th, housing and behavioral health workers as well as sheriff's deputies made contact with residents of a Malaga camp that had been growing for several months on 3.5 acres of county land. The new ordinances make such public camping on county property a nuisance that's subject to citation, but no one was ticketed during the cleanup. 5 of 7 people accepted offers for shelter elsewhere, and on December 18th, after their departure, the county began carting off an estimated 130 cubic yard of garbage and 5,000 pounds of metal. Housing and code enforcement agents called the cleanup and outreach a big success. The city of Moses Lake has removed several of its public artworks, but don't worry, it's just for the sake of maintenance. The Moses Lake Parks maintenance crew spent much of last week relocating metal sculptures from their downtown pedestals to the city shop. There, the artworks will be sandblasted, repainted, and power-coated to extend their lifespan. When they're put back in place, some sculptures will have new homes. For example, the surf-themed artwork titled Go With The Flow will move from 3rd Avenue and Ash Street to a more appropriate location near the Surf and Slide Water Park. Some new pieces are likely to be sighted on Moses Lake street corners as well. Coming up next, one of Leavenworth's landmark gift shops has changed hands. We'll tell you more coming up in tonight's feature story. Wet and mild weather is expected this week with rain for our lower elevations and possible heavy mountain snow. Your holiday forecast is coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays!
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
There's no place like home. Because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories. And we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
One of Leavenworth's landmark gift shops has changed hands. Jubilee Global Gifts was owned for years by the nonprofit housing and humanitarian agency Upper Valley Mend. This fall, the Fair Trade store, which specializes in crafts from around the world, was turned over to its former manager, Christy Meathy, with co-owner Hans Mulders. In tonight's feature story, we spoke with Christy and with Mend's executive director about the transition.
I'm Kirsty Meathy, and I am the owner of Jubilee.
And I'm Kaylin Bettinger. I'm the executive director of Upper Valley Mend. So Upper Valley Mend is a human services organization. We're based in Leavenworth, and we serve the Upper Valley and Kashmir, and we focus on the areas of food, housing, wellness, and economic security.
We are in Jubilee at our back entrance next to Krampus Cave, which is a very popular spot to be. This is a fair trade store, and we have items from all over the world that are made by local artisans in those countries, and we bring them here and sell them for a really great price and introduce lots of great things to the community.
Upper Valley Mend has owned Jubilee Global Gifts since 2011. The business was started by the Schramm family, John and Mary Schramm, back in, the late 80s. And they ran it for 2 decades to support artisans across the world. And during that time, they would donate the profits from the business to Upper Valley Mend. They were passionate about supporting the food pantry and affordable housing. So when they decided to retire from that project, they donated the business to Upper Valley Mend. So when we decided to sell, we were really hoping to find an owner, a new owner, who would want to keep the fair trade mission and continue to support the community. So we were thrilled when one of our previous employees wanted to purchase it in a partnership with one of our donors who also supports Upper Valley Mend in the community. So we're just really thrilled that Kirsty and Hans purchased the business, and we'll take it to the next level as a fair trade retail store under their ownership.
So fair trade is a really lovely experience in which the companies that purchase goods from outside of the United States, they make sure that those artisans that are creating that product are getting a fair wage and that their living circumstances are not inhumane, that they have humane situations that they live in, and that they're getting paid in a timely manner for their work and at a quality rate so that they're not just being sold under for low prices. So we know that we're getting a quality product, and we also know that we're not taking advantage of others with all the products that you see in the shop. And then when we're able to sell them, then you get a great product, but also you get that feeling of being able to give back to those other people in other places in the world. There's a little bit of everything, mostly things that you carry in your home or you wear on your person. Jewelry is a very large percentage, so you see a lot of jewelry coming out of lots of different places. Any kinds of cards or gifts, incense, and different items for meditation, books, anything for kids, musical instruments. There's kind of a little bit of everything. So.
Kirsty and Hans have both been big supporters of Upper Valley Mend in the past, and so they are interested in continuing to donate some of the profits from the sale to be able to support the community through Upper Valley Mend. From my perspective, this is a great end to the story for Upper Valley Mend and Jubilee, but it's just the beginning of the story for Jubilee's future of, supporting artisans abroad and supporting the local community.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Monday and a great weekend. It was a wet weekend. We had a couple of little downpours, but didn't amount to that much. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's our tower camera shot outside our weather window from this afternoon in the town of Ephrata, and some cloudiness, low clouds, and some rainfall out there. Foggy conditions. I'll tell you what, this morning around the Quincy area, George, and especially Vantage and into Yakima, I was on that road, and visibility was virtually zero from Ellensburg to Yakima, and that was this morning into early afternoon. Expect those same conditions to continue. We're also going to see light mountain snow tonight and into Tuesday. Rain, if you haven't started seeing it yet, will develop overnight tonight. Maybe some southwest winds. And then for your Christmas Day, we will see moderate to heavy snow in the Cascades. A good chance of lowland rain, and that'll be especially Christmas afternoon into evening. And then as we get into the upcoming weekend, periods of moderate to heavy mountain snow, and yeah, more lowland rain. I think it's going to be windy on Saturday as well. We'll get to all that coming up in a second, but this is important as well. If you're traveling now for the holidays, this is what you can expect. Christmas Eve tomorrow, just minor impacts on Stevens Pass. Basically no impacts over Snoqualmie. We will basically see rain on Tuesday. But as we get into Christmas, Thursday and Friday, notice moderate impacts for Stevens, which means we could see moderate to heavy snow, maybe 1 foot to 2 feet of snow as we get from Christmas into a Thursday. So boy, travel these couple of days after Christmas, not so great. I think a little bit better as we get into the weekend, but it's still going to be a wet one. High temperature today on the mild side, 40 degrees unofficially our high today. 32 is where we should be, and our record high, it wasn't that far off, 46 set in 2013. 31 this morning, 23 is our normal low temperature. How about this record? One of the coldest temperatures ever in Wenatchee, 15 below zero, and that was set in 1983. All right, from the weekend precip, 1/10 is all we picked up from those downpours, a couple of them on Saturday, and then a couple of them again on Sunday. The good news, that gets us to 7.15 inches for the year, and that's just over 3/10 below where we should be for normal. So we're in pretty good shape as we head into the end of the year. Snowfall since October 1st, still sitting at 14 inches. Sunrise this morning, 7:46, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:14. We're going to start gaining some time now, or gaining some light, I should say, as we get into winter, but it's a slow roll. High temperatures as we get you into Tuesday, our Christmas Eve, really not too bad. In fact, a little bit warmer than today, mid-40s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 43 the high in Quincy tomorrow, and then 42 in Wenatchee, low 40s for Eniat and Chelan, 40 for Leavenworth and Omak, and 41 the high temperature tomorrow afternoon for you folks in Kashmir. All right, tonight we can expect cloudy skies and a pretty vigorous area of low pressure just off our northwest coast. It's going to bring a good cloud deck into Washington, and here is that shower activity. That's going to continue through our overnight as well. It's going to keep us mild with temperatures in the low to mid 30s. For your Christmas Eve, we're going to start off on the wet side, but those showers will move into western Montana by afternoon. We might even see a peek at the sun tomorrow afternoon with high temperatures very nice, as we mentioned, into those low 40s. And then for Wednesday, Merry Christmas. Cloudy skies and a 100% that we will see some rain and snow. This is during our afternoon hours, and it just fills in as we get into Christmas night. Not bad temperature-wise with highs in the upper 30s. For your Thursday, it's going to stay wet. Cloudy skies, a very strong westerly and southwesterly flow. It's going to bring a lot of muckiness out there on Thursday. Some rain mixed with snow. High temperatures in the low 40s. And then getting you into the end of the week on Friday, look out for some windy conditions, possibly morning rain showers, cloudy skies with high temperatures in the low 40s. So once again, most of the showers Friday will be in the morning hours. We're going to stay with those mild temperatures. For Saturday, windy conditions right here in central Washington. About a 50-50 chance for rain. I almost think it's going to be too windy on Saturday to do anything. Maybe in the Cascades, high temperatures again in the low 40s. getting you into the end of our forecast on Sunday. Once again, another area of low pressure will develop. That'll bring clouds our way and about a 70% chance that we will see a rain-snow mix. It's going to stay on the mild side, too, with highs Sunday in the low 40s. Here's your 7-day forecast. 36 overnight tonight. Morning rain showers for Christmas Eve. Mostly cloudy in the afternoon. 42 the high temperature. And then, yeah, 100% chance of rain and snow on Christmas. That'll be in the afternoon and evening. 38 your high temperature. Those rain showers are going to continue Thursday and Friday. 41 Thursday, 42 Friday. A 50-50 chance for rain on Saturday. It will be breezy for Saturday and 43. And then back to cloudy skies and a 70% chance of rain on Sunday with a high then of 41. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Well, a good Monday to you. The Seahawks lost control of their playoff destiny Sunday with a 27-24 loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Despite scoring to take its first lead of the day early, or make that late in the fourth quarter, Seattle could not keep Sam Darnold out of the end zone one more time, and the Vikings held on for the win. Let's take a look at it. Minnesota took the opening kickoff right down the field with Darnold finding Jordan Addison for the touchdown. The Vikings take the early lead, trailing 7-0. Geno Smith would find DK Metcalf on a 25-yard scoring strike. That tied the game at 7-7. Darnold went back to work, however, finding Jordan Jefferson on an 18-yard touchdown pass to put the Vikings up 14-7 at this point. Well, Geno would throw the first of two costly interceptions of the day on this play. It was Seattle's next possession, setting up the Vikings with a big field goal to take a 17-7 lead at that point. The field goal forthcoming. Here it is. The right footer through the uprights, 52 yards away, and the lead is now 10. Geno went to work connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigma on an 18-yard touchdown pass with 20 seconds left in the half. That made it 17-14. Samo heading into the halftime break. Jason Myers would make it a 17-17 game on a 43-yard field goal in the third quarter, only to see Minnesota reclaim the lead on this 48-yard field goal. So back and forth we go. Smith found A.J. Barner with 4:21 left in the third on a third and goal to give Seattle its first lead of the game, 24-20. But Sam Darnold wasn't done yet. They answered right back after we see this celebration here with a 30-second later hitting Jefferson on a 39-yard bomb between two defenders to put the Vikings back on top, 27-24. Seattle worked the ball downfield to give Jason Myers a shot from 60 yards out, but the field goal came up just short. Seahawks used their timeouts and would sack Darnold on a 3rd and long, forcing a punt, and they'd have one more shot. Seahawks get the ball back in their end of the field deep, and Geno is intercepted. Minnesota hangs on for the 27-24 victory. It was not fun to watch. Coach Mike McDonald stood in shock afterwards.
It's a great football game. We got to give Minnesota a lot of credit. You know, the reason that their record is what it is and what their record is in one-score games, because they're a good football team. We hung right in there. We had an opportunity to win the game, and we didn't. You know, there's things in all three phases that we can do better, but we also did a lot of great things, give ourselves a chance to win. And so we're on a short week, so we got to go back to work in about an hour. We'll be back and we'll rock it. We got a good plan, but fate is not in our hand. Our destiny is not in our hands right now, which is tough. But we have still a ton of football to play for. I mean, break here or there, we're right back in it and we're rolling. So, we'll dust ourselves off, chin up, chest out, and move forward, and onward we go.
Geno Smith had 2 interceptions. He says they were all his fault.
It's always tough when you don't get a win. I thought our guys fought, throughout the entire game. I thought our offensive line protected me well. We gave ourselves a shot, obviously didn't get it done. Not how we wanted to close it out at home, but, got a short week, got to get back to it, man. We got to get our minds right and get back to work.
Can you take us to what you saw in the final play there?
It's an interception, man. Anything you see that goes wrong, put it on me. Anything that don't look right, put it on me.
Seattle dropped to 8-7 with the loss, and now will have to win out and get help in order to make the playoffs. While the Seattle was losing Sunday, Arizona also eliminated from any playoff contention with a 36-30 overtime loss to Carolina. Rams took another step towards the NFC West title with a 19-9 win against the Jets. San Francisco dropped to 6-9 with a 29-17 loss to the Dolphins. First round of the college football playoffs, no surprises. The favorite teams all won handily. Notre Dame ended Indiana's season Friday 27-17. Penn State rolled over SMU Saturday 38-10. Texas beat Clemson, although the final score doesn't really show how much they dominated. 38-24 the final. Ohio State blew the doors off Tennessee 42-17. That sets up the second round. Notre Dame facing Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl New Year's Eve at 5:45 on ESPN. Triple header New Year's Day kicks off at 10 a.m. on ESPN with Texas against Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's followed at 2 o'clock by the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential with Ohio State facing Oregon. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl at 4:30 features Penn State and Boise State, also on ESPN. Well, after a 6-2 drubbing by Vegas Saturday, the Kraken finished off the pre-holiday NHL schedule with a 5-2 loss at Colorado last night. Seattle held a brief lead at one point but couldn't hold on, with the Avalanche adding a couple of goals down the stretch on empty netters. Seattle reconvenes in Vancouver after Christmas Saturday afternoon. That'll be at 1 o'clock on King 5 and Kong TV. Backtracking to the weekend in prep hoops. We'll start it off with the boys on Friday. Ephrata dumped Quincy in the Battle of the Basin. Cashmere won at home against Natchez Valley. Chelan had no trouble with Cascade. Tonasket topped Colville. Okanagan nipped Napavine. Adna edged Brewster. Nia Bay nipped Manson. Ediot down Curlew. Oroville beat Wilson Creek. On the girls' side on Friday, that is, Quincy edged Ephrata in the female version of the Battle of the Basin. Cashmere got by Natchez Valley. Chelan beat Cascade. Napavine topped Okanagan. Colville took down Tonasket. It was Rainier edging Brewster by 1. Curlew clobbered Eniat. Oroville edged Wilson Creek. Pateras beat Nia Bay 52-30. Boys basketball on Saturday. Pasco topped Wenatchee. Moses Lake fell at Ridgeline. Sela blew out Ephrata. Quincy quieted Othello. Royal won at Cashmere. Waterville Mansfield down Cascade. Napavine topped Brewster. Lake Roosevelt edged Nia Bay. Okanagan down Adna. Manson got by Kittitas. Girls play on Saturday. The scoreboard included Ridgeline beating Moses Lake 68-36. Sela skated past Ephrata. Royal edged Cashmere. Cascade popped Lake Roosevelt. Brewster beat Napavine. Rainier picked up a 56-37 win over Okanagan. Kittitas mauled Manson. Nia Bay got by Waterville Manson. Republic had no trouble with Oroville, winning 40-19. 4 games on the schedule today. Some already in the books. Moses Lake boys hosting Liberty of Renton. Kittitas hosting Okanagan. The girls and boys, and the Pateras girls are on the road at Tonasket. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.